you sure the game is just code? When Alex uploaded Shin Sonic, he thought it was just a funny horror game for streaming. But this game turned out to be different. It does not forgive mistakes and does not let go of those who launch it. Now he is gone, but his channel is still working. How? This question remains unanswered. Be careful. The longer you watch this video, the more it penetrates your world. And at the very end, you will find something that will be impossible to look away from. Are you ready to risk it? Alex was a streamer with a decent audience. He had a long-standing YouTube channel and loved experimenting with content, from horror games to reviews of mystical events. One day, his subscribers began to throw in comments, asking to check out the game everyone was talking about. Shin Sonic. Alex became curious. Why not make a let's play of this new trend, he thought. They warned him. This game is cursed. You risk more than just your computer. But Alex didn't take it seriously. He had seen enough horror stories on the internet to understand that this was most likely just a virus injection. How wrong he was. When Alex found the link he needed, it looked suspicious. The site was half empty. Only one button. Download. Next to it was a warning. Once you enter, there is no way back. This only amused him. Great advertising for a horror game, he thought, and launched the installation. The antivirus, of course, immediately gave a signal, but he ignored it. Launching the game, he saw the usual loading screen. Sega, but something was wrong. The logo turned blood red, and the music slowed down, distorting into a disgusting noise. Instead of the usual smiling Sonic, Shin Sonic appeared on the screen. His body was skeletal, with emaciated limbs and empty, abyssal eyes. Unlike the original, this Sonic did not stand still. He moved, as if looking at the player in real time. Not bad. Creepy. Alex commented on the stream, and his viewers in the chat began to flood the message. Don't play this. Stop. He's alive. This is not just a game. But Alex only laughed. He was sure that this was all part of the hype. The first level began as in the classic version. Sonic ran through green hills, collecting rings. But soon everything changed. A strange silence hung in the air. The music disappeared, and the landscape began to crumble. Trees rotted before our eyes, the sky darkened, and the rings began to disintegrate into dust. Shin Sonic suddenly stopped, and the camera slowly turned towards him. He pointed his finger at the camera, as if he knew he was being watched. At that moment, the screen flickered for a moment, and Alex's camera suddenly turned on without his participation. He appeared on the screen, but his reflection was different. He was looking at the monitor with a dead, forced smile, although in reality, he was not smiling. Alex muttered, feeling a chill run down his spine. The screen showed the message. We know who you are. Okay, guys. This is too much. I'm quitting, he said, and tried to close the game. But the exit button did not work. The computer completely froze, and even the mouse stopped responding. For a second, the screen went dark. When the monitor turned on again, only one message was lit on it. You can't turn it off. It's a part of you now. The lights in the room began to flicker, and Alex heard a strange grinding sound coming from somewhere behind the monitor. He instinctively looked around, but of course he saw nothing. The chat in the stream filled with anxious messages. Get out of there! He's behind you. Alex, what's going on? And suddenly, Shin Sonic began to move on the screen. He slowly approached the edge of the monitor until his nose was pressed against the screen itself. His black eyes seemed to be boring into Alex's soul. Suddenly, the screen went dark again and then turned on. Only now it was not the image of the game, but Alex's room, filmed from a different angle. He saw himself on the screen, but not in real time. In the video, his double was slowly turning to the camera, smiling ominously. Alex felt fear catch in his throat. He didn't make this movement, but the screen showed him as if it had already happened. "What the hell?" he shouted, and rushed to pull the cords out of the sockets, but not a single cable moved. It was as if they were rooted to the wall. And then he heard a voice, hoarse and whispering, "Now you are part of the game." Alex began to panic. He tried to reboot the computer, take out the battery, but nothing helped. Then he grabbed the phone to call a friend. But as soon as he unlocked the screen, the same message appeared on the display. "This is part of you." The lights in the room went out completely. Only the monitor emitted a dim light, and Shin Sonic appeared on the screen again. Only now, he was outside the game. He was standing in the background of Alex's room, moving as if he was going to want it to leave the screen. Sonic slowly approached the camera, ran his claw along the glass of the monitor, and at that moment, Alex felt a light scratch on his cheek. A mark remained on his skin. He recoiled in horror, but the screen continued to broadcast something unimaginable, his own image, which laughed and said in his own voice, "Did you think the game was over?" The next morning, Alex did not respond. His friends and viewers began to bombard his channel with comments, but instead of answers, a new video appeared. It was a video from his room, recorded from the same camera that had turned on by itself earlier. Alex sat motionless in front of the screen, with a dead smile and empty eyes. At the end of the video, he turned his head directly to the viewers and said, "Now it's your turn to play." After that, the broadcast ended, but people who saw this video began to report strange events. Their computers turned on by themselves at night, and in the darkness of the monitor, they saw vague shadows similar to Sonic. And the scariest thing, one day, when trying to turn off the screen, someone heard a hoarse whisper, "I'm already here." Alex's story became an urban legend, but he was never found. His channel is still active, and every few days, strange videos appear there. No one knows how they are loaded, but those who watch them claim to hear whispers in their rooms and see Shin Sonic on the screens, waiting for the moment to cross over into reality. If you watch this video to the end, be prepared. Shin Sonic can appear at any moment. Turning off the monitor is not enough, because he is always watching.